Hello, thanks for joining me today. My name is Abby. I'm going to be leading you through this full-length Vinyasa class with a focus on hip opening. I recommend for practice today, where did I put my block? Grab your block, grab a blanket, and we'll get straight into it. We're going to be getting started today in a child's pose position, so you can take your knees out wide, toes to touch. Extend your fingertips towards the top of your mat. Maybe allow your forehead to rest down on your mat as you allow your chest to fall closer down towards the floor. Begin to notice your breath here. Notice the sensation of your belly as you breathe, allowing it to drop along the insides of your thighs. Notice where your mind is during this practice. Maybe you're thinking about other things on your to-do list or other random thoughts from your day. See if you can allow these thoughts to simply drift off, giving yourself these next few minutes to just be with your breath, your mind, your body with this practice. Maybe even bring an intention into your practice, dedicating this time to a person or an idea that you've been working with. I'd like to invite you to think about the intention of self-acceptance, understanding where you are today, taking anything from this practice as it suits you, and leaving anything that doesn't. We'll begin with one deep breath in and a full breath out. On your next breath in, begin to make your way into a tabletop position, stacking wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hip points. We'll start to move through a few rounds of cat-cow. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift your gaze, tip your tailbone up. And as you exhale, round through your spine for cat. Dome out through your upper back. Inhale, cow pose, open up through your heart space. And exhale to round through your cat. We'll continue here, moving with your own breath at your own pace. Maybe you invite some intuitive movements, such as some hip circles in one direction and then in the opposite direction. Maybe you even begin to work through the forearms and wrists, pointing your fingertips back towards your knees as you invite these cat-cow type shapes. We're here for about 2 more deep breaths before we begin to return back to our flat back tabletop position. In flat back tabletop, begin to notice your knees stacking directly underneath your hip points. We'll tuck the toes and lift your knees just about 2 inches off of the ground to hover. Press into your hands to puff up through your upper back, protracting your shoulder blades. Notice your belly button hugging in towards your spine to engage your core. We're here for just 3, for 2. One more deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. In this down dog, maybe you begin to pedal out through your feet, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe you even bend both knees to tip your tailbone up towards the sky, lengthening through your spine. You can shake your head yes and no, releasing through your neck. Fingertips are spreading wide here. We're here for one more deep breath in and a full breath out. On the next breath in, gaze forward towards the top of your mat. As you exhale, forward fold. Plant your feet behind your wrists. Allow your upper body to hang heavy. Maybe you interlace wrist and opposite elbow creases as you sway from side to side. Maybe there's a deep bend in the knees here, resting your chest on the tops of your thighs. Notice the weight spilling into the ball mounds of your feet, the release through the backs of your legs for one deep breath in. And exhale, release your arms down towards the floor. On the next breath in, we'll slowly roll our way all the way up to standing, stacking one vertebrae at a time. As you arrive at the top, roll your shoulders down your back, tuck your tailbone down as you root down through your feet. We'll inhale, circle sweep, reach arms high up overhead. And exhale, forward fold, dive your chest forward. Inhale to lengthen, halfways lift. And exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back to a plank pose. We'll breathe here. You have the option to drop down to your knees if you'd like, or to stay lifted in the knees, pressing the heels back to create a straight line from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Again, protract your shoulder blades by pressing firmly into your hands, hugging the belly button in. We're here for 3, for 2, last one. As you exhale, slow as you can, lower all the way down onto the ground. You'll untuck the toes. Inhale for baby cobra. Peel your chest up. Draw your shoulders together and down your back as you hug your elbows in towards your sides. We're here for 1 breath in. And exhale, release. Press through hands and knees or a plank, making your way back towards your downward facing dog. Again, you can pedal out through the feet here if you'd like. Maybe you shake your head yes and no. We'll take a deep breath in and a full exhale. Inhale to gaze forward and exhale, hop, step, or float to the top of your mat. We'll inhale to lengthen, halfways lift, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle, sweep, reach, arms high up overhead. And exhale, arms can rest down by your sides. We'll take that 2 more times. Inhale, circle, sweep, reach tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen, half lift. And exhale, plant your hands, step, step, or hop, high to low plank this time. We're all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 1 deep breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, gaze forward towards the top of your mat. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. We'll inhale to lengthen, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle, sweep, reach your arms high. And exhale, arms rest down by your sides. Just 1 more time here. We'll inhale, reach tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step, step, or hop, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 deep breath in and a full sigh out. On the next breath in, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. We'll inhale to lengthen, half lift. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Sink the hips low as you reach your arms high. Notice your knees stacking over the ankles with the weight pressing down into your heels. Notice your heart shining up towards the ceiling and a nice flat back, maybe even tucking your tailbone down under. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Reach your right arm back, left arm forward. Continue to square your hips forward as you find an opening in your chest. 1 deep breath in. Hold for the breath out. Inhale, chair pose, reach tall. And exhale, chair twist to the left. Reach your left arm back, right arm forward. Sink your hips even lower here. 1 deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen, half lift. And exhale, plant your hands, step, step, or hop, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Just know that these flows are always optional. The high to low plank to up dog. Anytime you'd like to skip, feel free. Listen to your body. On the next breath in, lift your right leg high. And exhale, draw knee to right elbow. We'll hold here or begin to make a box shape, dropping your right knee down to the right wrist, over to the left wrist, up to the left elbow, over to the right elbow. 1 more time, down to the right wrist, over to the left wrist, up to the left elbow, over to the right elbow. Inhale, kick your leg high. And exhale, low lunge. Step your foot between your hands. Come up onto fingertips or blocks as you sink your hips low. You have the option to keep your back knee lifted or to drop it down. We'll inhale to peel the chest through. And as you exhale, straighten and fold over your right leg. You can point your toes up towards your face if you'd like. Notice that stretch through the back of your right leg. We'll start to flow this here. As you inhale, come forward, pull your chest through. And exhale, straighten and fold, half split variation. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, half split. 3 more times, deep breath in. Exhale, half split. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Last one, inhale, low lunge. And exhale, half split. On your next breath in, we'll take a high crescent lunge. Bend through your front knee, reach your arms high. Grow strong and long through your fingertips. Roll the shoulders down your back as you tuck your tailbone down. 1 deep breath in. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. Pivot your back heel down. Find a nice T shape with the inner arch of your back foot with your front heel, front knee stacking over the front ankle. Reach your fingertips in opposition towards the opposite sides of your mat. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale to sink low in the legs. Inhale, reach back, reverse warrior. Stretch your right side. And exhale, side angle pose. Hinge your upper body forward. Maybe you rest the forearm on the thigh. Maybe arms come into a T. Maybe it's a half or full bind behind your back. If you'd like to go further, you can take a half moon pose. Maybe taking fingertips to a block or the floor, to the top right corner of your mat. Get light on your back toes. Stack your hips one on top of the other as you flex through your lifted foot. If you have a bind here, you can take that by bending your lifted leg, reaching for the top of your left foot with the left hand. Maybe you even hover your bottom hand up towards your chest, finding a nice steady non-moving point to direct your attention to steady your balance. We're here for just 1 more deep breath in. And exhale, warrior 2. Settle in. Inhale, reach back, reverse triangle, straighten through your front knee, stretch your right side. And exhale, low lunge twist. Hips square forward as you plant the left hand, reach your right arm high. Stack your wrists and shoulders in one line. Notice the strength of your left leg. We'll take a deep breath in. And exhale, side plank. Step your right foot to meet your left. Shift your hips high. Maybe you lower the bottom knee. Maybe you lift the top leg. Maybe you kickstand the top leg behind you. Find what works for you here. Notice the engagement of your outer obliques for 3, 2, and 1. Deep breath in. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. We'll take 1 more deep breath in. And a full sigh out. On the next breath in, kick your left leg high. And exhale, draw knee to left elbow. We'll go back to that box shape, lowering down to the left wrist, over to the right wrist, up to the right elbow, over to the left elbow. 1 more time, down to the left wrist, over to the right wrist, up to the right elbow, over to the left elbow. Inhale, kick your leg high. And exhale, low lunge. Step your foot between your hands. We'll come up onto fingertips or blocks. Inhale to pull the chest through. And exhale, half split, straighten and fold over your left leg. Maybe you point the toes up towards your face. Notice how that changes the stretch in the back of your left leg. We'll start to flow this here as you inhale, come forward, low lunge. And exhale, half split. Deep breath in, low lunge. Exhale, half split. We'll do this 3 more times. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, half split. Inhale, forward. Exhale, half split. Last one. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, half split. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Reach your biceps by your ears. Square the hips forward so you find a deep bend in your front knee. Tuck the tailbone down and under. 1 deep breath in. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. Pivot the back heel down. Find that T shape with the inner arch of your back foot and your front heel. Deep, deep bend in your front knee. Grow strong and long through your fingertips here. We'll inhale, reach back, reverse warrior, stretch the left side. And exhale, side angle pose. Hinge your upper body forward. Maybe rest forearm on thigh. Maybe arms out into a T. Maybe it's a half or full bind here. Wherever you are, peel your right shoulder blade up and back. Find your heart spinning up towards the ceiling. You're welcome to stay here or to make your way towards your half moon pose. Fingertips coming towards the top left corner of your mat. Get light on your right toes. Flex through your right foot as if you want to step it into the back of your space, finding a lift in your chest. Maybe you bring a bend into your lifted foot. Maybe you bring a bend into your lifted knee, grabbing onto the bottom of your foot. We're here for one more deep breath in. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach back, reverse triangle, stretch your left side. And exhale, low lunge twist. Plant the right hand, hips square forward, reach your left arm high. One deep breath in. And exhale, side plank. Step your left foot to meet your right, shift your hips high. Maybe you lower the bottom knee, maybe you lift the top leg. We're just here for 3, for 2. One more deep breath in. And exhale, plant your left hand. We'll lower high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're here for one deep breath in. A full exhale. On your next breath in, gaze forward. And exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. We'll inhale to lengthen, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Step your toes to touch, heels about an inch apart. We'll inhale for chair pose. Sink your hips low, reach your arms high. And this time, as you exhale, take hands to heart center in a prayer pose. If you like, you can take the open arm twist variation from before, or you can take the outside of your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Press into your hands to find a lift in your chest, continuing to square your hips forward, maybe even sinking your hips an inch lower towards the floor. Hug your inner thighs together, engage through your legs for one deep breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale, chair pose, reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll take that twist over to the opposite side, open arm variation, or outside of your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Press into your hands to lift through the chest. Maybe you can sink even deeper in your hips for one deep breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale, chair pose, reach tall. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen, halfway lift. And exhale, hands plant, step or hop your feet back. We'll lower high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. On the next breath in, kick your right leg high. Exhale, draw knee to right elbow. Hold here, or windshield wiper over to the left, to the right, back to the left, over to the right for 4, for 3, last 2. And 1, inhale, down dog kick, lift your right leg high. And exhale, warrior 1. Step your foot between your hands, pivot the back heel down as you reach your biceps by your ears. Pull your right hip back as you press your left hip forward. Find your tailbone tucking down and under. We'll take a deep breath in to grow tall through the spine. And exhale, draw your hands to clasp behind your back. We'll inhale, press your fist down towards the floor. And exhale, humble warrior. Bow your chest forward. Allow the crown of your head to hang heavy here. Notice the opening through your shoulders and chest for one deep breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, lift your chest just off the top of your thigh. We'll come into a bound warrior 3. Get light on your back toes. Press the weight into your right leg. Try to square your hips forward. Flex through your lifted foot, trying to anchor your pinky toe down towards the floor. Maybe you release your bind, taking airplane arms behind you. Maybe fingertips to the floor. Maybe hands to heart center. We're just here for one more deep breath in. And exhale, pyramid pose. Plant your left foot, straighten through your right leg, taking fingertips or blocks to frame your right foot. You can allow your upper body to round here, hanging heavy through the crown of your head. Again, pulling your right hip back as you press your left hip forward. Staying here or coming into a pyramid twist, plant the left fingertips. Inhale, reach the right arm high. Stack your shoulders and wrists in one line for one deep breath in and a full breath out. We'll plant the hands to frame the front foot. Kick your left leg high for a standing split. Engage your left glute to see if you can get your left heel even closer towards the floor. Fingertips can come to the floor blocks, or maybe hold on to the bottom of your right ankle. I'm here for one more deep breath in. And exhale, low lunge twist. You know where we're going. We'll plant the left hand, reach your right arm high, one deep breath in. And exhale, side plank. Step your right foot to meet your left, shift the hips high, engage your core for 3, for 2, and one deep breath in. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the next breath in, lift your left leg high. And exhale, knee to left elbow. Hold here, windshield wiper over to the right, to the left, back to the right, over to the left for 4, for 3, last 2, and 1. Inhale, kick your leg high. And exhale, warrior 1. Step your foot between your hands, pivot the back heel down. We'll inhale to reach the arms high. Roll your shoulders down your back, tuck your tailbone down and under. We'll take one deep breath in to lengthen through the spine. And exhale, draw hands to clasp behind your back. We'll press the fists down towards the floor. Deep breath in. And exhale, humble warrior. Bow your chest down towards your thigh. Allow the crown of your head to hang heavy down towards the floor, releasing through your neck, rooting down through both heels for one deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, lift your chest just off the top of your thigh. We'll come into that bound warrior 3 pose. Get light on your right toes. Shift the weight into your left leg. Square your hips with the mat below as you flex through your lifted foot, anchoring right pinky toe down towards the floor. You can keep the bind here, or maybe you take airplane arms by your sides. Maybe it's hands to heart center. Maybe it's a supported warrior 3. We're here for just one more deep breath in. And exhale, pyramid pose. Plant your right foot down, square the hips forward as you fold forward over your straightened left leg. Allow the spine to really round here, noticing the stretch in the back of your left calf. You can stay here or come into your twisted pyramid pose, planting your right hand, lift your left arm high. Continue to square the hips forward for one deep breath in. And exhale, release. Hands frame the front foot, making our way into our standing split. Press the weight into your left foot as you reach your right foot high up towards the sky, engaging your right glute to lift your heel even higher. Fingertips can come to the floor, blocks, or behind your left ankle. One deep breath in. And exhale, low lunge twist. Right foot and right hand plant as you reach your left arm high for one breath in. Exhale, side plank. Step your left foot to meet your right. Shift the hips high. Any variation here that works for you. Just for 3, 2, and one deep breath in. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. One deep breath in. One full breath out. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. We'll inhale to lengthen, half lift. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle, sweep, reach, arms high up overhead. And exhale, arms melt down by your sides. We're gonna make our way into a standing tree pose to find a little bit more hip opening here. So what we're gonna do is you'll take your right foot, either kickstanding on the outside of your left ankle. Maybe it makes its way up. Maybe you use your hands to adjust. Perhaps you even take the back of your right foot to the top of your left thigh. When you have arrived in the legs, we'll take hands wherever feels right. Maybe that's to heart center. Maybe you grow some branches here. Whatever feels right to you today, just take that here, noticing that opening through your right hip crease. We're just here for 3 deep breaths. Growing roots through all 4 corners of your standing foot for 1 more deep breath in. And an exhale to release. Release the arms, release the legs. Maybe you shake out through your legs before taking the opposite side. Root down through your right foot. Left foot can ease its way up the right leg wherever feels right. Maybe again you flip the top of your left foot on top of your right thigh, finding that deep opening through your left hip crease. Again, hands can come to heart center. Maybe you grow branches up overhead. Whatever feels good to you today, rolling the shoulders down your back, tuck the tailbone down and under, finding a nice tall spine here. Just 3 deep breaths. Continue to hug your belly button in towards your spine to allow your core to support you here. Ooh. 1 more deep breath in. And an exhale to release. Shake out through the legs, shake out through the arms. We'll meet inhaling, circle sweep the arms high. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen, half lift. And exhale, plant your hands. We'll step, step, or hop, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick your right leg high. And exhale, draw knee to left elbow. We'll hold here or come into a fallen triangle shape with the outside edge of your right foot coming onto the floor. Maybe you lift the left arm high up overhead. Maybe you even hover your right foot up off the floor for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your left hand. Inhale, reach your right leg high. And exhale, lizard lunge. Step your foot to the outside of your right pinky. Maybe you stay lifted in your back knee, rocking your weight forward and back. Maybe you lower the back knee. Perhaps you lower onto forearms or blocks. Maybe even coming onto the outside edge of your right foot, finding that deep, deep opening through your right hip crease. You're welcome to stay here, or if you have a quad stretch in your practice, you can take that by bending through your left knee, reaching for the top of your left foot with your right hand. Maybe you kick your foot into your hand to find a deeper opening through your chest. We're here for just 1 more deep breath in. And exhale to release. Hands beneath your shoulders, tuck your back toes, lift off the back knee. Begin to crawl your hands towards this long center of your mat, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Allow your upper body to hang heavy here, taking whatever variation feels good. Maybe that's interlacing the hands behind your back to find an opening through the chest and shoulders. Maybe you walk your hands from side to side. Just finding whatever feels good here for 2 more deep breaths. We'll slowly meet back in this wide-legged forward fold, and as you feel ready, we'll take Skandasana towards the back of your mat. Bend your left knee as you straighten through your right leg. If you have a block, I recommend grabbing it. You can grab your block, place it underneath your seat, or root your sit bones down to the floor. We'll take the right hand to the outside of the left ankle. Inhale, reach your left arm up and overhead for a nice juicy side stretch here. We're here for just 1 deep breath in. And exhale to release. Hands come to the floor. You'll press into your hands to lift off of your seat. And we'll take that low lunge twist to the back of our mats this time. Square the hips forward. Left toes are pointing forward as you plant your right hand. You'll lift the left arm high. We'll take a deep breath in. And exhale, side plank. Step your left foot to meet your right. Shift your hips high. Again, any variation here that works for you. For just 3, 2, deep breath in. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the next breath in, kick your left leg high. And exhale, draw knee to right elbow. We'll hold here or come into your fallen triangle with the outside edge of your left foot on the floor. This time, right arm reaches high, hips shift high. Maybe you lift your left foot off the floor for just 3, 2, and 1. Lower your right hand down. Inhale, kick your left leg high. And exhale, lizard lunge. Step your left foot to the outside of your left pinky. Maybe you stay lifted on your hands, shifting your weight forward and back. Maybe you lower your back knee. Maybe you lower to forearms or to blocks. Find whatever feels good here. If you'd like to take that quad stretch, you can take it by bending through your right knee, reaching for the top of your right foot with your left hand. Perhaps you kick that foot into your hand to find a deeper lift in your chest and shoulders. We're here for 1 deep breath in. And exhale to release. Hands beneath your shoulders. Tuck your back toes. Lift off your back knee. Wide-legged forward fold towards the center of your mat. Allow your upper body to hang heavy. Maybe you crawl hands from side to side here. We're here for 1 more deep breath in. And a full exhale. On your next breath in, we'll take Skandasana towards the top of your mat. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg. Maybe you lower onto a block, or maybe straight onto your seat, rooting down through your sit bones. We'll take the left hand to the outside of the right ankle. Inhale, reach your right arm up and overhead, reaching for those left toes. Spin your top shoulder up and back. We're here for 1 deep breath in. And a full breath out. Press through hands here. Lift off of your seat. We'll make our way to that low lunge twist to the top of your mat. Square your hips forward. Plant the left hand. Reach your right arm high. We're here for a deep breath in. And exhale, side plank. Step your right foot to meet your left. Shift your hips high. Find your chest shining up towards the ceiling for 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll move high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the next breath in, we'll kick the right leg high. And exhale, half pigeon pose. Try to parallel your shin with the top of your mat. Sink your hips back. You can dig fingertips in line with your hips to find an opening through your chest, maybe a baby back bend. 1 deep breath in. And exhale, fold your chest forward over your right leg. Maybe you rest your forehead on your forearms, maybe resting on a block. Just find what feels good here. Noticing if you're feeling any discomfort in this position, see if there's anywhere you can soften. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Begin to press into the hands, lift your chest, tuck your back toes to lift off the back knee, back to your downward facing dog. We'll take this on the opposite side. As you inhale, kick your left leg high, and exhale, half pigeon pose. Try to parallel your shin with the top of your mat. Begin to allow your right hip to sink down towards the floor. Maybe you hug your left ankle in closer towards your hips. Maybe you find that baby back bend here before melting your chest over your left leg. Notice if this side feels any different from the last. Notice if there's anything you can let go of here. Maybe that's a sense of expectation for what this may look like. See if you can just allow yourself to meet you where you're at today, and for that to be okay. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. We'll start to press into the hands. Tuck your back toes, lift off your back knee, and press your way back towards downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, we'll make our way back down to a child's pose. This time maybe we take a little bit of a wider stance in this child's pose, taking the knees slightly wider than the first time we've taken this. Allow the chest to melt down towards the floor. Notice the feelings in your hips here. Just taking note, taking stock of how you're feeling in this shape before we make our way towards our longer held hip opening pose of this practice. As you feel ready, we'll press into the hands to make our way into a comfortable seat. Grab that blanket that you got from earlier. So we'll grab the blanket, allow your blanket to come long, folding it over a couple of times to provide a nice cushion for your knees. We're coming into a frog shape, so you'll take your knees out wide, kind of like a child's pose. Try to get your knees out as wide as you can, and as it feels comfortable, you'll slowly begin to extend your ankles in line with the knees. Notice that your hips are also in line with the knees. You want to find a 45-degree angle with your knees and your upper body, as well as with your knees and your ankle. Maybe you take your block towards the top of your mat. As you're ready, you'll melt the chest down towards the floor, maybe resting forehead on the block, maybe a resting forehead on your forearms, maybe even taking that block underneath your chest. Notice here if you're finding any tension in the hips, any tension in your mind. This can be a very difficult posture to hold, but we do store a lot of tension in the hips. So taking our time with this pose can be very beneficial. Notice if you can allow the deep breaths to help you ease into this pose. Find a sense of calm here, knowing that this is only temporary. Any discomfort that you're feeling will pass. We're here for just 3 more deep breaths. As you feel ready, we'll slowly begin to make our way out of this, making our way back to that wide-legged child's pose. Tucking your toes to draw your knees in a little bit closer as you shift your hips back towards your heels. Melt your chest down towards the floor. Notice how this shape may have changed from before. Notice the sensations in your hips. Welcome to stay here as long as you'd like, before beginning to press your way up into a nice comfortable seat. Allowing your props to come off to the side. We'll extend the legs forward, root down through the sit bones, remove any flesh from beneath your sit bones. We'll inhale to reach the arms high, and exhale, forward fold. Allow your upper body to hang heavy, maybe a slight or deep bend in the knees. Maybe you take a block to the bottoms of your feet to pull your chest closer towards your thighs. We're here for 1 more deep breath in and a full breath out. As you feel ready, we'll set the block off to the side. If you took that, you'll inhale to lift through the chest, nice tall seat, And as you exhale, using core control, as slow as you can, lower all the way down to the ground. As you arrive on your back, hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. And as you exhale, extend your right leg long. Keep the left knee hugging in. We'll take a deep breath in to prepare. And exhale, cross body twist. Take your left knee across the right side of your body. Extend your arms into a T, maybe cactusing out through your elbows to find a deeper opening through your chest and shoulders. Notice both shoulders planted into the mat, the release through your low back, the stretch through your outer left hip. We're here for 2 deep breaths. On the next breath in, hug both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. And as you exhale, extend your left leg long. Keep the right knee hugging in. We'll take a deep breath in to prepare. And as you exhale, cross body twist. Draw your right knee across the left side of your body as arms extend into a T, maybe cactusing out through the elbows here. Notice that stretch through your outer right hip, that release through the low back. Beginning to steady our breath. 2 more deep breaths here. And on the next breath in, we'll hug both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Before grabbing for a happy baby, reaching for the outsides or insides of your feet. Maybe you rock your weight from side to side. Maybe you extend through one leg and then the other, perhaps even both legs. Taking as much time here as you'd like before melting into our final resting pose, SAVASANA. Legs will come towards the outside edges of your mat. Roll the shoulders down your back as you untuck the tailbone. Arms can fall down by your sides with palms facing up towards the ceiling. Notice your spine flat with the floor, the full weight of your body supported by the ground beneath you. Notice if now that we've arrived in this place of stillness, of silence, maybe your mind begins to wander. Notice if you can acknowledge any thoughts as they come and go, without drawing any attachments to what they mean. Just allowing yourself to take these next few moments to be with your breath, your mind, and your body in stillness, in silence, and in gratitude. Slowly begin to deepen your breath, noticing the rise and fall of your belly with each inhale and each exhale. Maybe invite some small movements into your fingers and toes. Perhaps you rock your head from side to side, waking up through the neck, before reaching for a full body stretch, extending arms up overhead as you point through the toes. And as you feel ready, we'll bring a bend into the knees, rock your weight onto one side. We'll take just a few moments of breath here to reconnect with your mind, with your breath, with the space around you, and with that sense of gratitude, before slowly beginning to press your way up to a nice, tall, comfortable seat. Maybe that's cross-legged or on your knees. Perhaps you rest your seat on a block. Wherever you are, you'll roll the shoulders down your back, stack your spine nice and tall. We'll end class today with just a couple of breaths in an Om. As you inhale, circle sweep, reach the arms high up overhead. Maybe lift your gaze up towards fingertips. And exhale, draw hands through heart center. One more time, deep breath in, reach tall. And exhale, hands through heart. We'll take a deep breath in for the sound of Om. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your practice with me. It really does mean the world to me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and if you want to see more, feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to drop any comments for any flows or particular body part focuses you'd like me to cater next practices to. And thank you so much. It truly does mean a lot that you made it through this practice, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.